The question up for today is, should you always fix something the right way, or should you use a more creative approach? So what I'm talking about is, as you probably know, I run a landscape company and I have several crews out. There's always equipment nonstop coming back, broken for one reason or another, trucks, trailers, equipment. Today, the casualty is this BR700 backpack blower. And this is, I don't know about a daily occurrence, but at least a weekly occurrence with equipment and things like that coming back. Sometimes it's major repairs, but more often than not, it's some minor little thing. And, you know, there's a thought process on this that I've gone through with some of my other landscape kind of associates that I deal with and things like that. And we always discuss whether or not it's worth buying new equipment, for instance, versus used equipment. If you should get rid of your older stuff and always buy brand new. We also talk about things like fixing stuff, which I'm going to in this video today. So, you know, a lot of times things will come in like this one, and this one is not a major repair, but on this BR blower, this steel blower, the trigger, you know, for the throttle assembly broke, and it's just this collar part that goes around the arm right here. So it's basically just that ring, and it can be repaired. And it's actually fairly cheap, 10, 20 bucks, something like that. You can get those. I called the dealer a little while ago. So the problem, if you take it to a dealership to have it repaired, a lot of times they'll tell you it's going to be 2 or 3 weeks, you know. If they really squeeze you in, they'll tell you, oh, end of the week you can come get it. Well, in my situation, that timing doesn't work for me very well. It's fall. We're doing fall cleanup like crazy right now. I need this blower up and running tomorrow. It was broken yesterday afternoon. They don't have the part in stock, so I have to come up with one of my creative solutions. I do creative solutions all the time. Let's go take a look at this one. I'll show you what I did this weekend. So here's one of our X-Mark mowers, and they came in and they had told me on Friday that the bagger assembly, one of these 3 bags that hold the leaves here, had torn out. So basically, all the stitching on the outside corner of the bag, let me show you. So basically, all the stitching right through here had torn out, and across the bottom, it tore out. It was blowing leaves out. They couldn't hold anything in there. Now, this was Friday afternoon. I told them to, you know, deal with it till they can get back to the shop. And then on Saturday, I had to come up with a solution because I couldn't get one of these bags that quickly to put back on the mower for Monday. So this is what I did. If you take a look in here, you can see I just took a couple thin pieces of metal, drilled some holes in it, and I put some nuts and bolts through there. Get this out of here so you can see. Yeah, so this is basically what it looks like in the light. So as you can see, I just put a couple strips there. I taped this together first to hold it together. Then I put these strips through here. I drilled holes in this metal, and I put nuts and bolts. So they've used this for 3 days like this, and I'm going to get the right one. But this is what I'm talking about. I need to keep my crew in action. I can't have my machine down, so sometimes I need a creative solution. Here's another one for you. They brought this same mower back a few weeks ago, and the rod that holds the deck was busted. Let me get a light. So there we go. So the rod that holds the deck was broken. And you may be able to see right there right there, I took the wheel off and I ground it down real quick, and I did one ugly down and dirty weld on this bracket. I called around to see if they had the bracket. I could have got it. The bracket was like, I think it was 85 or 90 bucks. And I'm like, you know what? For 90 bucks, I'm just going to take my handy dandy welder. I'm going to tack that thing together. It's been like that for 3 weeks. Eventually, I'll probably fix it the right way, but it got my guys going. Well, let's get to it. We're going to fix the broken handle on this BR700 blower. It got ran over by the lawnmower. So obviously, this is the issue. The band strap that holds it's made of plastic, and it got broken. So I have to come up with my creative solution here. So I've come up with 2 ideas real quick. The first idea I came up with, I took the bolts that hold this strap, and it just slides in here like that. And incidentally, here's the other pieces for it. But we're not going to need these for this repair. Anyway, so I took this out, and I was figuring, how can I get this to stay on there like it's supposed to? And what I decided to do is that, I need something to go all the way around here. So my first thought was get a couple long zip ties like this, heavy-duty zip ties. Now this repair only needs to last me 1 day because I've already ordered this part. It's going to come in tomorrow afternoon. I won't be able to put it on until the evening. And we're going to use this thing in the morning. So I'm like, how am I going to fix this? So I thought about running a couple zip ties through here, which there's not really any good way to get them through there to stay. So what I'd like to do here is, I think what I need to do is right in this section here, cut a slot, either right in there or right in here, so I can run my zip ties right through here. I might even be able to just drill a hole right in this center spot. I'll drill a hole right there and drill a hole right over here. I can run my zip ties right through that area to wrap it. And then when the zip ties are around, I can tighten them. Now that'll still allow it to slide this way and up and down. In order to prevent that, I'll just put a piece of tape, some Gorilla Tape or something on there, because this is a 1-day repair. The other option I had, if I was going to do this permanently, I could use this. I found myself a large hose clamp that's 4.5 inches. And if I take the collar off of the end of this, the adjustable piece, this hose clamp will slide over top of the blower. But it's a bit of a tight fit. Let's take this guy apart. So it'll slide over top of there. And we could fasten the hose clamp like this. Now, the only kicker that we need is we need to find a way to attach this bracket piece to this hose clamp, right? So what I thought about doing with this bracket piece is putting the hose clamp on there like this, and I would drill about 3 holes, 1, 2, 3, in this hose clamp to attach it to this bracket piece. After I've done that, I can clamp it down and it'll be on there, and I can tighten it to the position I want. So that's another option. I would just drill 3 holes, put nuts and bolts or a screw through those 3 holes. The only disadvantage I see is if I do that, we're going to have small nuts and bolts sticking out through here. It's going to protrude. Now, I don't think that's a huge deal because they're going to be on the far side where you're not really going to run into that at all. So that's option B. So those are my two options. I can either do zip ties or hose clamp. Well, this is definitely a sturdier, probably more long-term solution. And the only issue I see here is that we're relying on the support of this piece with the 3 bolts that would go through there. And the other thing is I'm going to have bolt holes or screw heads on the inside of this clamp. And it's going to be pressing up against my tube. The tighter I squeeze it, those bolt holes are going to squeeze into this clamp, which I'm not crazy about. That being said, this being a one-day solution only, I think I'm going to go with the zip tie. Let's get to it. We're going to fix the broken handle on this BR700 blower that got ran over by the lawnmower. I got to tell you what, we're ready to work. Like I said, we're in good shape. Got the handle connected just like this. Hey, give me a pole. Let's get this thing started. I think that this is definitely going to work for at least one day's effort. I don't see any problem with that. And I get my part coming in tomorrow. So I don't think we'll have any issue. Matter of fact, I think this thing could go for months. Maybe I'll wait till next spring to fix it. Anyway, that's what I got for you. Creative solutions. Sometimes you can solve that issue. It took me about 5 minutes to get that thing back going again. Yes, my part's going to come in. The actual band is here tomorrow afternoon. I'll get it fixed up again. But you know what? Until I do, I'm pretty sure 90% or better that's going to hold. Even my guys are going to have trouble breaking that one tomorrow.